Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Sunday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday morning. Depends on where you are. So, guys, I want to speak in regards to why do the chosen ones typically stay longer in relationships of whatever sorts, longer than what we should or longer than the average person. Before I start, someone emailed me and asked me, so I'm just going to kind of randomly throw them out there and maybe make a more detailed recording about it sometime this week, God willing. She asked, oh, what are some ways to block your blessings? Because sometimes we can be doing things and we don't even realize we're doing it. And then our blessings can be on hold and we don't even realize it until we feel like there's some kind of delay or stagnancy. I mean, there are so many things we can do to block our blessings. I mean, there are so many things we can be doing to block our blessings. Again, I'll make a more detailed recording on that. If I forget, please remind me maybe this week. But a few things that's popping up to mind is, first and foremost, sin. And truth of the matter is, whatever this particular sin is, God have already highlighted it to you. So it's not like one of those sins where you're trying to, like, is this a sin? Is this not a sin? Right? He makes it very, very clear to you what that particular thing is. Right? I mean, we're sinners in general, but that particular thing. Right? So you may have been able to get away with it in, I don't know, maybe the last few seasons. But now there's a very heavy conviction that, listen, if you don't work on this thing, I've given you the grace, I've given you directions to help you because I understand it's a struggle for you. But if you're going to keep just being blatantly disobedient, then I'll just block your blessings. It is what it is. I can't take you higher if you're still struggling with a certain particular area. Next, another thing that can block our blessings is ungratefulness and chosen people. I mean, we live this, right? Because most people in the world are ungrateful or feel entitled. So we deal with this frequently. But as chosen ones, something will eventually snap, right? Matter of fact, let me leave that alone because I'm going to tie that in with why the chosen one stays so long. But ungratefulness and entitlement. Next, no reciprocity. You're only withdrawing. You bring absolutely nothing, and it doesn't have to even be the same thing, right? But you bring absolutely nothing, including genuine gratitude to other people's lives. Disobedience, and it doesn't even have to be a sin per se, just being disobedient that God said to do this or don't do this, and we're just blatantly, because it may not feel good, right? But whatever, being disobedient to the one thing that he's asking you or the multiple things that he's asking you. And again, this doesn't have to be particularly a sin, just disobedience. Some other thing that can block our blessings is greediness. Listen, I can't tell you guys how many people already blocked their blessings on my end because of greed, right? And again, people are just people. Most people are just, their mindsets just are in survivor mode, maybe fighting with character issues, just trauma related. It is what it is. But greedy people, just greedy people, God have already opened the door for you, right? For someone to assist you, a destiny helper, a person who can co-sign your name, a person who can really help you level up, a person you can glean from, just whatever the case may be. God opened the door for you. Out of everybody in this world who are in need, people need jobs, people are sick, people need homes, people are homeless. We can go on about how many people are in desperate need. God chooses and handpicked you. You fumbled by being greedy and having a lack of character, your mindset, and your ways. So greed. Another way we can block blessings. Oh my goodness, character issues. Just character issues. Character. Listen, That's the whole point. That's the whole point of transformation before elevation. God works on your character first. But some people are very stubborn. Some people are very prideful. And truth of the matter is, it doesn't always feel good because it may feel like somebody's judging you. It's iron sharpening iron, right? So it's God who is working on your character. If your character is faulty, and even if it is no cause to your own, let's just say there were things that you were exposed to in childhood or traumas and things like that. Well, as a child, that's not your fault. As an adult, it is 100% your responsibility. This is why God will strategically place mentors around you. Mentors can look like just anybody, but mentors around you because he wanted to be fair. You didn't get the opportunity. You weren't raised right. This is that and the third. So now I'm going to give you a person to glean from so you can't have any more excuses. Now these very same people challenges you. They challenge that old character flaw, and now you're rising up against them because you feel like it's judgment. You self-sabotage because nobody's dealing with that foolishness, because if somebody's there to help you and God sent them, they're only there out of obedience to God, because these people are already too busy. They got too much stuff going on, and there's some kind of conviction, and throughout their obedience, they're here to try to grab your hand and help you. But if you're fighting them like a wild cat, the only thing that can keep them there is a conviction from God saying, well, okay, don't give up too soon. Give them a little bit more. I'm going to show you how to strategically do this, that, and the third. But if you keep on, once God hit them with that conviction, time is up. Next assignment. You missed the whole season. One that may not return. Who knows? That's just between you and God and the work you put in after that. All right, so I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right, about how we can block our own blessings. But let's jump back to, why do the chosen ones typically, and this is not for everybody, no recording is, right, typically stay longer than what we should in relationships of all sorts, more than the average person? Well, there's a number of reasons why. I would love to even hear some reasons that maybe I miss, and you guys plug in the comment section. But here's what's in my spirit. Here's the download. Okay, there's a few things. For one, most chosen people have had a very difficult life. Now, this can look like, in my case, being misunderstood a lot, which now, honey, it is what it is, right? Being misunderstood. Some were rejected. Some were abandoned. Some were abused. Some were bullied. Some were neglected. Some were even, what do you call it? Like if a parent raised 4 siblings and you're the only one that kind of got, well, I guess that will fall under abandonment and rejection. But whatever. The point of the matter is narc abuse. Many chosen people have dealt with narc abuse, and they dealt with it early on. Many chosen people dealt with immense levels of trauma within childhood. It was the way that the enemy wanted to catch you early, to stunt you, stunt your growth, your thinking process, all of that stuff, right? Because those are the formative years, obviously. So the ones who did recover, right? Because maybe some turned to addiction, things like that, because life was just too difficult, right? No judgment, right? But then there's others who kept pressing forward, right? And then that grace kept you along, but you're still dealing with residue, right, of trauma. You may still have certain seeds that may flare up every now and then. So it's not to say that you will be fully healed forever. I mean, I'm sure maybe some people are, but it's more so less about recognizing certain things, right? And then there's tools to help you. So I say all that to say, because most chosen people have experienced those things, we know what it feels like. And so when we encounter other people who may have carried that same trauma, and truth of the matter is, they may have maybe they didn't never told you that they experienced certain things, but because as a chosen one, you're spiritually sensitive, right? So we feel everything. right? This is why people look at us in this. Let me insert this really quickly. This is another reason too on why a lot of people will run from children. No, let me rephrase that. Why unhealed people, traumatized people, people in survival mode, they will run from chosen ones. Because we're so spiritually sensitive, right? We discern very profoundly that people would tend to think that we see in their soul, meaning like things that they're hiding, traumas that they may have never told anybody about, right? Because we're so deep, they feel that we see in their soul. So a lot of the times they will even feel like you're judging them, even though you're not. That's just that trauma talking. So when you're really trying to love on them seriously, like, because you guys know we don't judge, right? We don't. People would think it's judgment, but we're just trying to hold you to a higher standard because we know you can do better. We see it in you, right? So when we bring it to your attention, it feels like judgment to them because they already feel that the chosen ones already got their lives to like a certain, they think we got it all together. And truth of the matter is we don't. We got our stuff too, but we're just guided by the Holy Spirit. So it's just, right? So it's not us, it's the Holy Spirit speaking in what you're feeling. So when you're dealing with a person that you feel has it all together, again, that's in their own mindset. You will never feel that you're enough. You will never feel that you are enough. And when a person doesn't feel like they're enough for a person, what do? They self-sabotage. They go and they cheat because the other person will make them feel like they're enough, right? This is why it will be somebody who's, not less than you, but less character than yourself, less self-esteem and confidence than yourself, less holding accountable than yourself. So here you are with your little put together, unput together self. Right? There's two sides of the coin, right? Trying to help, trying to love on, trying to support, trying to encourage, trying to assist with coming higher, just to get burned, just to get betrayed. So you got to get to the point, my chosen brother, my chosen sister, where you understand that when people fumble you, the majority of the time, if not all, because there's not all in anything, but the majority of the time, it's never, ever, ever about you. It's about them. It's about their lack of self-control. It is about their unhealed trauma. It is about feeling unworthy, right, around you. So they go and they self-sabotage. And then once they self-sabotage, they go through hell and back to try to get you. Like, that's how you know it's trauma. Because when you meet a chosen person, now we're just going to keep it all transparent, but humble at the same time, yet confident at the same time. If you meet, now, hear me, right? Because this chosen thing have took a life on its own, and everybody is running around saying they're chosen, honey. Everybody, listen. Even if you are, you still got to be in alignment. You still have to be in alignment, walking with the Holy Spirit, with your purpose and your calling. It doesn't mean you're perfect, but you must be in alignment too. If you ever encounter a true chosen one, you will encounter an individual more than likely that you've never encountered before. It is something about our spirit. Now, people out of their own ignorance or people out of their own spirit of maybe jealousy and envy and things like that, they will look at it like God has favorites, or who do you think you are, or this, that, and the third, right? So they see it from a fleshly standpoint. They see it from a physical, oh, well, you only attract this or you only get doors open because you're beautiful. Do you know how many beautiful people in the world there is that can't come from levels ground zero, right? Or you only are able to attain this and attain this because you're handsome or you're this, that, and the third. So outside people would try to plug those things in because they have no clue, right? But it's your spirit. It is your spirit. Why do you think when people are around you, they have a hard time leaving you, or they crave to be in your presence? Okay, let's plug men in really quickly. I'm gonna pick on my brothers really quickly. Of course, it's not all, right? Just making a point here. Most men would not want to be around women all day, every day. I mean, I'm speaking just your average woman now. We're surface level right now. Ride with me, flow with me. Most men, not all, most men will not want to be in a woman's presence all day, every day, almost that you have to beat them off of you to go home or go to work or wherever they're supposed to be. Get out from under me and go where you're supposed to be. It's not normal. Men connect with men. Women connects with women, right? It's us who always want to be up under them because whatever reason, I don't know. But if you ever experience a true chosen person, my chosen sisters or brothers, once you become in our presence, you feel safe. You feel at home. Even if your life is a wreck, you don't feel judged. Now, we're going to get on your nerves because we will challenge you, right? We just want you to come up higher because we know you can do better, right? And you feel seen. Maybe everyone else judge you. Maybe everyone else, no. We're going to love on you a certain kind of way, right? It's our spirit. And then they fumble, and then they spend a lifetime regretting it. A true chosen one will always be the one that got away. A true, all caps, true chosen one will always be the one that got away. All right, so we stay longer because we understand their rejection wounds. We've experienced it. We know it doesn't feel good. We stay longer because of all their traumas. We've experienced it. It doesn't feel good. We stay longer because everyone else in the world have judged them. We've experienced it. It doesn't feel good. So let us not do the same. We're going to do the complete opposite. So we stay longer because we keep believing. We stay longer because our own traumas are being soothed. Because unhealed trauma will tell you that it feels good to fix others, because then you don't have to work on fixing yourself, because healing hurts. Healing requires you to sit in the trauma in order to heal. So it's deflection. We also stay longer because unhealed chosen ones who haven't really put that fire in, right, that work in, you're still dealing with the seeds of abandonment and rejection that you dealt with in childhood and throughout your life. So now each time that they're pulling away from you, now mind you, them pulling away don't even have anything to do with you. They're pulling away because their own traumas, right, their own triggers are being stimulated. They don't feel worthy. And here you are thinking it's because you're not good enough. That's only because your old traumas are speaking. Because see, when you're healed, you already know why they're running. You open the door, like, listen, go do what you do. You'll be back. And when you come back, you better hope, because we don't chase. we attract. But if you're unhealed, them running because of their own wounds will have you thinking somebody else is rejecting me. Now you amplify running after them. You're now running after them. You're blowing them up. You're stalking them. What did I do? Now you're putting that extra pressure on them. Now you're overstimulating them. See, when you chase, people will further run because that's a lot of energy that people feel. You're talking about people who are already traumatized, already in survivor mode, already overstimulated. And here you come with all of this energy running and chasing only because you haven't healed your own wounds. And then they block you. They ghost you. And now, boom. Now they further deepen your rejection and abandonment wounds. And the cycle continues. Again, this is why it is crucial for the chosen ones to sit in an intentional healing season. So ultimately, we stay longer than the average person because guess what? The average person don't care. The average person don't care. The average person is heartless. The average person is narcissistic. The average person is selfish. The average person is heartless. So the average person is not going to stay around and deal with a broke person, a abused person, a manipulative person, right? So all the things that we see that we want to love on is the very thing that will make the average person reject them. But we end up getting the short end of the stick. So you betray us for people who will only discard you because of the very traumas that you got going on, because you don't have anything, including a half a brain. These people will discard you, and guess what? That typically happens. This is why you got to stop playing the safety net. You don't let people leave for whatever reason, even if it is their own traumas and triggers, even if they self-sabotage because of their triggers. That's on them. They got to fix that. That's a season where it's specifically them and God, period. There's nothing you can do with that. So you having your doors open when a person discard, leave, hurt, cheat, betray, and the list goes on. The average person in the world discards them when they really realize this person is just, and it's easy access for them just to come back to you. And the cycle continues. They come back to you where it's safe. They've been rejected from the average person, right? Life had to beat them upside the head. They had to get dragged by women, dragged by men, just to realize how good they had it with you. You let them back in. First of all, where was the healing season? When were they healed? They're leaving from being discarded from other traumatized people. Where's the healing process that they went through? They come right back to you, unhealed, in fact, more traumatized from the person who rejected them because you're the safe place. Okay, now they're back on the door. A few days, a few weeks later, they're being triggered again. I feel like you're judging me. Right. Don't want to be held accountable. Just want to stay at that lower level, that low character. They just want to stay there. That's what they want. Everybody don't want to come up higher, right? It took me a long time to learn that, honey. We be thinking that everybody want to come up with us. Some people are very content with staying in mud. And if we're going to be honest, it's more easy. But everybody didn't ask for that. We be trying to force people to come up higher. Because we be feeling like in order to be with me or be around me in my presence, you got to come up higher. So you want to force, but they never said that. So instead, rather than forcing people to try to match where you are, you got to leave these people alone. They got to go through their own process. We all go through different processes at different times. So instead of stressing yourself out, raising your high blood pressure, trying to force people to do what you want, no. Change your thinking. Let me release you. Pray for you. Pray that you get it together. But I'm moving forward. We're no longer at that level, chosen ones. We've been at that level before. We've been at that level probably most of our lives, trying to help. This is a season where you got to pour into you. You got to work on you. We're not going to be here 500 years. After 30, time is like this. Every year. Where's the progress? Where's the progress from last year? Are we still recycling levels and watering dead grass, trying to deal with unhealed people and their trauma, rather than face and work on our own so we can come up higher? Because we can't go up higher until we fix us. So we stay longer because we understand them. We stay longer because people gave up on us. We stay longer because it feels familiar. Just because you're healed doesn't mean you don't get re-triggered. Just because you're healed, it doesn't mean you don't remember. You just have a hold on it. It doesn't make decisions for you any longer. Maybe a time or two you might spaz out, but it doesn't it doesn't make decisions for you any longer. That's why we stay longer, because we don't want to give up on people, because people give up on us. We stay longer because we don't want to judge people, because people judge us. We don't want to give up on people because people betray them and their parents rejected or abused them. This, that, and that. Listen. It is what it is. It's familiar. But have you not been burned enough? Have you not been betrayed enough? Have you not been cheated on enough? Have you not been lied to enough? Have you not been love bombed and discarded enough? Are you not tired of hurting? Are you not tired of crying? Are you not tired of being manipulated to make it think that you're the problem? And truth of the matter is, you know you're not the problem, but now your mind is all over the place because now you're trying to figure out, am I really the problem? You're not tired? Here's how you will know when you've been elevated and you're truly tired. When you are tired, you no longer say you're tired, meaning you're calling your girls, girl, I'm just tired. I'm leaving this nutcase. I'm just done. I'm just tired. I'm just done. He keeps lying. Girl, I'm just done. I'm just done. Honey, we done had this conversation 175 times this week. And he right back there. You are done when your soul is done. When your soul is done, you don't even say you're done. You just leave, never to return. This is also why outside people, just outside of, I don't know, not being chosen, this is why people also have a hard time trying to understand when they try to come back. Like they try to understand, like, I don't understand this because this person is so loving, so caring, so kind, but it's like trying to get back in. It's like a brick. So where's that loving? Where's that kind? Where's that safe place? You had it. Past tense. You had it. But see, because we stay longer than what we should, it's almost like we tie up loose ends in that process. Because see, the thing about leaving too early, leaving too soon, you don't tie up loose ends. You don't have closure. So this is why the door is always open. But when you stay longer than what you should, it gives you time. Because in that time frame, you're hoping, you're wishing, you're praying, you're fasting, and all that foolishness, right? Not saying fasting is foolishness, but all that stuff where we're trying to get God to come into an agreement with something that he never even ordained. So we tie up loose ends, and all the while they missed it because they're in survivor mode. They're busy doing whatever they're doing. They don't even realize that our energy has changed with them. And the whole time, we're tying up loose ends in the spiritual realm, even though we may physically still be there. But honey, when we walk, you can laugh at us and even call us crazy because we stayed too long. But honey, when we walk, only Jesus can tell us to return. And even then, he have to come knock on the front door himself, grab our hands and drag us back there. And he won't even do that because he gave you fair chance. He gave you a rare vessel. He gave you an opportunity, an example. Because you said no one ever loved you. No one ever supported you. No one ever this, that, and the third. No one ever truly saw you for you. Everyone leave me when I go broke. Everyone leave me because I don't have this. He gave you the opportunity and you fumbled. You hurted it. And you think he's going to let you return? So he hardened our heart because our little hearts, with all this love and empathy and compassion, our little hearts can't do it on its own. If we could, we would have done it on the second day dealing with your foolishness. So something happens in the spiritual realm. Maybe not harden is, that's not really the word I want to use because we like there is nothing against you. Seriously, there is no, like, you know, somebody like play with you or just like there's like a side eye where you just want to just like that type of thing. It ain't even that. Once God breaks that spiritual bond or whatever you want to call it, it's not even hate. First of all, we can't hate. We just don't have it in us. We can dislike you, but we don't hate people. There's like no residue of, I hope somebody clip you up when you're walking in Walmart. It's none of that. We just want to be left alone. Just leave us alone. It's very frustrating when you had access to something, you fumbled and messed it up probably 30,000 times, right? You were warned in the process while you were messing up. We told you, we felt and saw it spiritually. Like, we warned you. That was your cue right there to be like, boy, let me get right because I already know you're not here. Right? You didn't listen. You played with us one too many times. You played with my chosen brother, knowing good men are rare. You played with my chosen sisters, knowing that her spirit matches her beauty. You fumbled We got the spiritual, okay, season is up. Now you want to blow my phone up. Now you want to create 35,000 numbers to keep calling. You want to send flying monkeys. You want to beg. Now you want to go to counseling. Now you want to go talk to the pastor. Now, all we want is for you to leave us alone. And I think it's so fair that people would say things like, you know what? The fact that they don't even hate me, the fact that they don't even want revenge, the fact that they're not even out here like telling people things about me, like that alone is a blessing, because the average person will fly a kite telling the world you're a narcissist, you're a liar, you're a thief, you're a cheater, you're a... All we want is for you to leave us alone. All we want is for you to get the lesson, take it to God, ask for forgiveness, repent, and pray that God will work it in your life, in your future, accordingly to his will. But we just want you to leave us alone once we've left. We don't hate you. We don't wish harm on you. In fact, many of the times we don't even regret that we met you, because if you really, really are tapped in, you can figure out how that thing really have helped you to elevate to a new season, new level. Because next season, you know good and well what you would not do. You know next season when you first encounter that kind of spirit, what that spirit really is. So I always tell people, never regret. I've heard people say things like, oh my goodness, I regret I met this person. Oh, I regret I stayed this long. I felt like I stayed and missed half of my life. And I understand what they're saying, especially like if you stayed somewhere 15, 20 years, right? You really felt like, but that can keep you in bondage if you don't know how to change your perspective. Yes, I stayed too long. Okay, you can't get that time back. I mean, you can sing on it all day. The fact of the matter is, you can't get that time back. Accountability. Then you forgive yourself. Ask God for grace and mercy. Now you strategically take that situation and apply it to your future. It's just another notch up on the belt. It is what it is. You're going higher. It is not your heaviness to carry because people fumbled you. The best life you can live is to keep rising higher, because everybody who fumbled you, everybody, just not in romantic relationships or marriages, everybody who ever fumbled you will know that you are the one who got away. Once God seals something in that spiritual realm, use your wisdom, because even when people are trying to come back, listen, if that thing has shut off in the spiritual realm, don't try to force. Don't use your flesh, your emotions, your trauma to try to force a door open that God has already closed in the spiritual realm. That's not your burden to carry. I don't care how sad they are. I don't care how much they call you back. Block these nuts. Like that that is not your burden. It aggravates my soul that people think the heaviness of their actions, let it be regret, tears, this is that and the third, like you fumbled, you betrayed, that someone must open their door and now deal with you when now there is no trust. There is no, you want peace, but you interrupted, disturbed the peace, changed the dynamic of the peace, but you want me to give you peace. So I'm going to give you this peace, sir. So my brothers, I'm going to give you this peace, sis, by leaving and never to return. Point blank, period. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.